Hello and welcome everybody. What a day. What a day. It's been a long day at work, coming in home, and I've been excited for this one all day. We got Semper Luvenis versus Fire, the second seed, going up against the third seed. And just to highlight back to Combat Wombats versus Team Asir, was the closest game we've had so far, and that was 4th versus 5th seed. So these seedings are very, very close. And Semper Luvenis versus Fire is going to be one of those. Having played against both teams, I know that these two teams are going to be battling this one out. Very, very evenly matched between the two teams. Very, very, very well played by both of them, beating Emerald Pack easily in those scrims. And I'm scared if we come up against either of them again in the tournament. But there we are. That's not what we've got today. What we have today is Fire versus Semper Luvenis. It is going to be Oasis for map number 1. And then we'll be going to Loser Picks map beyond there. Both of these teams are around 2.8k average as their maximum. I think they're actually around 2.7k average in terms of their player SR, but their scrim SR is a little bit higher, so doing very, very well. We've got Kagami, Owa, Murloc Ninja, Zflow, Shion, Sylvian coming in for Semper Luvenis on their first map. We've got Nixie, Aimu, Luna or Luna, Akali, Butterfly, and Somnophobia coming in for Team Fire. And it's gonna be a close match. It's gonna be a close match. We are just about getting ready to go into that first map. But just before we do, let's just remind ourselves of what the stats are looking like, what the brackets are looking like, and here we are. A very close game one between Combat Wombats and Team Asir meant that Combat Wombats met Platpack in the winners round 2, winning and progressing through to the semi-finals. Now that is the team that the winner of today's match is going to be playing against. Okay. And Combat Wombats, they've been playing extremely well recently. So it's going to be a tall order for whichever one of these teams gets there, but either way, I believe it will be a close match. Meanwhile, down in the losers bracket, you'll see the loser of this game will be going up against Team Asir. And another close loss to Combat Wombats. They'll be coming back with a vengeance. And wouldn't want to be playing them either. However, one of these teams will be. And let's go find out. I'm just going to ready up and we'll be jumping into that first map straight away. Just waiting for Fire to ready up. And there we go. We are into the game on Oasis. And it's going to be Oasis Gardens first up.
Initiating match.
I'm going to need to get to grips with these controls yet again. Takes me a long time to master these camera angles. Hopefully I can remember fast. Skins are turned on, they need to be turned off. Hopefully we'll get those. Tournament preset is just comp rules.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Hopefully Nico will go back to lobby and turn skins off. ASAP. But anyway, in case that doesn't happen, it does look like it is going to be the first point in the way of Semper Luvenis. Alright, we'll go back just as we get skins sorted. Sorry about this. It's my fault as well. I forgot to tell Nico. I think I've got competitive rule set somewhere. Just don't know where I put it. Sadly. Anyway, let's hear from you in chat. Let's see what you guys want. Let's get the prediction going. Won't let me do a prediction. What's going on here? I'll do this as well, Nico. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. My goodness me. I'm so sorry, everybody. Hella throwing. Yes, Hella definitely throwing. Hella wearing the bow tie to make himself feel better when he throws. I feed in Overwatch. I feed in all the time. I'm trying to do predictions. Let's go. There we go. Predictions up. And we are going back in. Unfortunately, we did get gardens again. Interesting. Let's jump into the game. If I can work out how to control these controls again.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so first look of our two teams. We saw a similar type of style composition from both, so we're going to see pretty much a repeat of last time. Let's see if the outcome is the same. It was Semper Luvenis that did have the advantage in this style of composition. I think especially on this particular point, they will have a strong advantage, especially playing for this high ground. The speed boost is going to get them up there. Fire, they're not going to take that rotation. They're actually going to rotate and come in behind them here. Interesting, nice sort of out rotation here, but they have given up the high ground as a result. They have been able to take down the torp turret or force it to get moved, and a nice boot onto the Reinhardt there onto the low ground, and it's Sylvian that gets taken down first here early on, but Aimu not far behind, and the team's getting very, very even on point. Isaluna getting a nice pick onto Murloc Ninja, and with that, Fire going to be the ones to get the fight here. Oh yeah, and Sylvian doing the smart thing there, just closing things off. Here comes about. Oh, that's a big slam. Connects with two. Can they follow up though? I don't think they got in time, but actually they've managed to box the rush comp into a corner, and the Ryan Brawl might have had an advantage had they been able to pull in, but the primal rage from Nixie and followed up with the Death Blossom as well was enough to help Fire get that win. Going forward. And Fire now 50% up. They are down ultimates though. They did have to invest two ultimates into that last fight. They are going to have a duplicate and a Diva Bomb, but that is going to be it. Meanwhile, Kagami already got a shatter pretty much on cue here. But it's the duplication that gets it. But it's a boot kill onto the duplicated Isaluna there, but while in Rhine form, because you can't fly out of that one when you're in Rhine, and it's not going to cost them too much here, Fire, because they managed to get the team kill just about, and again, Semper, they need to invest heavily into this fight. They can't lose it. Expect to see the Molten Core, expect to see the Slam, expect to see the Diva Bomb. There's the Slam, doesn't find anything. Nice spread out here from Fire. Molten Core comes down. Butterfly with the beat though, gonna help sustain Fire, and the Coalescence to follow as well, but a couple of kills coming in from the bomb from Oa and Murloc Ninja, but Fire going to be fighting back very strong. It's a very scrappy fight going on right now, but it looks like it is going to be Fire that have the advantage in this fight. And it is just going to be the Lucio stalling around for as long as possible, and it is going to be Fire taking the first point of Oasis.
Score
Wilder
2-1.
followed yesterday. Pep, thank you so much for the follow. Dirty Boy, thank you so much for the follow as well. Orcio, thanks for the sorry, not Orcio, Jeb. What am I saying? Jeb, thank you for saying how good I look. I appreciate the compliments. And thank you for complimenting our stream, even though it was very scuffed at the start. Thing is, I always say, if it's not scuffed, it's not a 5-1, right guys? Am I right?
4, 3, 2,
what is right is
Round 2.
the exact same
Capture the
comps,
objective.
except Murloc actually going to go over to the May this time around instead of that Torb. Bit of a switch up as Semper Luvenis again. They're going to try and take this high ground. No, they've changed their mind. They've seen where Fire are going. They're going to play onto point. They know that Fire aren't playing for that high ground. However, with the rush comp that Fire are playing, this brawl composition should have the advantage versus this rush comp with the Rhine. And especially when they go playing into small spaces like this, but they have to get the kills. And a nice wall. There's a very nice wall there. Fire going to cap the point. And actually, somehow, Fire managed to loop back around behind Semper Luvenis and take them out that way, even though that was a beautiful wall. And actually managed to get their Diva out alive. Semper Luvenis taking the rotation around the right-hand side this time around. Imu managing to get back into mech before this next fight engages. Nixie going straight in there with a primal, going to knock people around, cause havoc, but isn't really going to find too much value out of that, and actually gets taken down here. Luna trading out here, taking down Konami. Both teams down their main tanks, but it is going to be Semper Luvenis that get the following picks. The follow-up picks are going to be enough here for Semper to then just move and take control of this point. They are going to have to contest with a Winston and a Moira here. And actually the wall, I thought that was not quite catching the Moira off, but actually manages to completely isolate Somnophobia from the point there. Very well played. It is now, of course, Semper's point. It's their point to control. It's their point to dictate how it's going to be played. Fire need to find a way in. They're going to go around the right-hand side. Window comes up from Semper. Meanwhile, they got a duplicated Reinhardt flying across the map here, coming in, and the Blizzard gets invested, and that is going to completely deny the duplicate here is Kagami gets a nice slam, taking down Lucio. And it does look like it is so far advantage Semper Luvenis, but Fire getting a couple of picks on their own. They could flip this, but they are playing the long game here. Going to take a breath of fresh air before going back deep into the smoke. Coming through, they're going to have a visor ready to go. Akali going to get a lot of value in here. Down comes the beat for Fire. Beat comes down for Civilian, but they only managed to connect with themselves. They don't actually able to connect with the rest of the team, and that could be the difference in this fight as Nixie does take down Shion, but Kagami gets taken down as well. Kali goes down, but that is going to be enough for Fire to reclaim the point, and the beat difference there. Very unfortunate from Sylvian not to connect with anybody else from Semper Luvenis. And that was the biggest difference in that fight, as Butterfly able to get that beat applied to all members of Team Fire. We're going to go Somnophobia with that Coalescence, going to go in early. Needs to be careful though. The slam is nearly ready on Kagami, and that's a big cancel for this. But I do think they are going to push all the way out. Get a couple of picks, and that's a big slam from Kagami. Can they follow up? Yes, they can. Getting Somnophobia gets taken down. With that Moira, they are down a big amount of healing. A huge resource that is. And a remech, D-mech. Oh my goodness me, the way that rolls off the tongue. Here comes the Blizzard as well. That's going to deny Fire access to the point. And Semper Luvenis are going to cap the point. With Fire on 99%, we are going down to the last fight of this point on Oasis. And we'll be heading to City Centre if Semper Luvenis can hold on for another 5%. Fire, though, they're going to be back in fast. There comes the high noon from Zed Flow. Beautifully played there. Managed to get the pick onto Luna here. The bomb from Imu was just to get a remake, but actually manages to sneak a kill onto Murloc Ninja as well there, as Kagami shield had to drop. And the slam comes down, connects with Butterfly, but that is it, and they're not going to be able to follow up. The Pills coming in with a nice boop coming in from Nixie, and that is going to mean that Fire are going to clutch out the second point of Oasis. Very, very close round there, and unlucky for Semper Luvenis. Kagami, unbelievable Rhyme play, charging shatters every fight it seems. And again, we're going to see a big slam here, and it's through a very well-placed window as well with a big follow-up of damage. And it's a beautiful, beautiful bit of team play there coming in from Semper Luvenis. The main tank difference coming in strong for them right in that moment. Of course, though, it's a bit harder to see the main tank difference when the tanks are playing different heroes, and then Winston plays very differently to how you would play Reinhardt in these types of comps. You don't tend to see a lot of Winston v Winston because that's just holding M1, trying to get close and spamming the melee button. But there we are. Anyway, of course, the loser gets to pick the map. So this is where Semper Luvenis have the advantage now. Although they go down one in the first map, they are going to have the advantage going through to the second map here, and it does look like they are going to go for King's Row, Scrim's Row, as it were, as their map pick. I'm just going to check the skins here. Just going to check that the... Just gonna set up the map. King's Row. Nice. And then pass ownership back to Nico. Great, now I can talk with you guys. Let's catch up with chat. Lots of Semper Luvenis fans in chat. We love to see the big fan base that Semper Luvenis have brought to this competition. It is very exciting to see when so many of you come in here supporting your team. Matinator coming in as well, and Sifler, thank you very much for the follows. As we get closer to 1.3k followers. I never thought I'd ever say that with A51, but there we are. We are ready for the second map then. Gonna be King's Row, Semper Luvenis. Being the home team, they get to defend first. That's up to you guys whether you think that's an advantage or a disadvantage, but obviously home team taking that left-hand side of the scoreboard will always be defending first. Away team will always be attacking first, and home teams are the highest seeded team in the game. And it is gonna be a nice King's Row. It's gonna be a nice King's Row. I feel it in my bones. It's gonna be a nice King's Row. But off we go into King's Row as the teams getting ready in their spawns. Let's see if they're gonna run something different or whether we're gonna see Rush versus Brawl.
Ready for battle.
It's a tragic story of King's Row.
Incoming in
They
30
moved the
seconds.
payload to blow up the Omnics. Unbelievable. Cannot believe it. But we do get to see these lovely London buses. I think they did a great job with King's Row. Obviously we see a lot of it, so it's a good job they did, really. But anyways, looks like we are going to see Brawl versus Brawl, and Akali going to the Hanzo again. And I know what they're going to be doing here, Fire. They did it so well last time when they had this sort of Hanzo composition. They want to benefit from the Hanzo, and they tried to wall off the wall. But fortunately, those that can't get over the wall were the ones that got through the wall before the wall came up. So neither team with their all here, and this is Fire going to rotate their Hanzo round, trying to get all into a really advantageous position. And here they can just rain down damage, and then the rest of Fire just going to escort Akali to a great spot. And there's not going to be much they can do against Akali right now. And the rest of Fire, they're going to drop down. Semper Luvenis, they got walled. They get split in half here by the wall. They managed to break the wall. They managed to stay alive until Zedflow goes down. Akali takes down Sylvian again. Just a highlight to how strong this Hanzo composition is. Getting that Hanzo up onto the high ground, raining down damage, and Semper Luvenis. It took Fire a while to rotate all the way around and get the Hanzo to exactly where they wanted Akali, but as soon as they did, took the point in a blisteringly fast pace, and they're actually going in on the chase here to see if they can get any more kills. They did manage to take down Shion there, and Shion will luckily just manage to get to the... oh, that's a huge Slam Dragon combo! It's beautiful! Nixie with a massive slam managed to find it around the corner of the wall, and the dragon from Akali is going to find the follow-up kills. So Shiron managing to get that fast spawn is not going to matter with a play from Fire like that. They're playing very, very aggressive here, Fire. Holding this corner nice and close here. They need to be wary, but they're going to actually invest the Blizzard. Meanwhile, the cart just slowly moving in here. They've only got Somnophobia for heals. They don't have that Lucio speed boost, as Lucio is moving the cart here. Butterfly left on cart duty, but Fire holding so far up here. And Akali with a couple of nice headshots along with Somnophobia. Fire, they're playing 5v6, but they're winning. Unbelievable. Semper Luvenis, I think they're going to need a regroup here. Shake it off a little bit. Find a pick or something. A nice bomb over the top is going to cause Fire to disperse a little bit. They're going to get the window down, but meanwhile the payload has reached the end of the second point. We barely saw any second point action, and it's already been all third point here. But Nixie getting remet killed there by Oa. Beautifully played. Beat comes down here and a high noon. That's a lot of ults coming in here from Semper Luvenis, but I think they had to do it just to stop the rock. They are then going to have to play into 5 ultimates from Fire in this next fight. A big blizzard from Murloc Ninja is exactly what Semper Luvenis need here. However, I know for a fact that Aimu is going to be on the prowl. They are ready for that to come down any time now. They'll be waiting for it. Still unable to find it. And they actually, the slam from Nixie is just going to deny the follow-up from the Blizzard. And they've got a nice dragon. It's actually going to split the team up completely here. And now 3, 4 versus 6 here, and a nice wall again, going to split them up yet again. Fire relentless at separating Semper Luvenis. They're trying to get out. They just need to stay and die on cart. The cart stays. The cart, though, not being moved by Fire. Maybe getting away with it there a little bit, Semper Luvenis. Fire getting a little bit too focused on the kill feed there a little bit. This is an objective-based game after all. Kagami going to make a stand strong and on point here, as is the Blizzard. Kagami actually gets caught up in that Blizzard. And someone needs to touch the car, and it has to be Murloc Ninja to get there with an ice block. Kagami gets taken down again. There's another dragon coming from Akali. Akali's dragon's just relentless in this fight. And that is going to be the end here. Oa trying to survive the bomb. Is not able to in the wall. Actually stopping Kagami getting to the car. But Kagami was just close enough to the cart to stop it from moving any further. That bought them about 2-3 seconds. So very, very strong performance by Fire there with 3 minutes 10 seconds left on the clock. Of course though, every map has two sides, and now it is time for Semper Luvenis to have their hand at the attack. And of course they can employ their own wacky strategies. Maybe a Bastion composition. Maybe just play the brawl and try and outplay Fire. But the way Fire have been playing, I think Semper, they need to find something different here. They need a wild card. They need to spruce things up a little bit, change things up a bit. Whether it be with compositional choices, rotational choices, or just morale. I mean, maybe they're just not warmed up just yet, you know? Maybe they just got to hype themselves back on the hype train. But it does look like we are going to see the same coming out here from Fire. But Oa was toying with the idea of a Zarya, and I think having a Zarya in this composition is going to be very beneficial in terms of the damage output that you can get. However, the mobility that the D.Va brings with the Baptiste to be able to take some of these high grounds, and not only that, but also like the defense matrix itself is just an absolutely insane ability, especially for like denying blizzards and a lot of this arrows coming in. And Kagami getting walled off straight away here. A nice a nice emo field keeping Kagami alive, but eventually Fire were going to be able to break through that and do take down Kagami. The rest of Semper Luvenis are just going to have to retreat up a little bit here, find some space, wait for their main tank to return. They need to be careful though. Oa getting a little bit caught out there. Does manage to get out, and Akali's the one caught out now. Akali gets taken down. The wall comes back up on the flip side, but enough of them managing to be the wrong side of it in terms of Fire is concerned. But now it is a nice opening pick from them onto the Hanzo. It's going to allow them to make their way onto the point. There's another wall coming down. Kagami's shield getting very, very low. Nixie's health is getting very, very low. The immortality field forced out here from Fire as they fight on point. The window is going to force Semper Luvenis back. Oa gets demeched here, and that's going to be a big damage denying hero down as well. And that's a huge slam as they go into the wall here, and Isaluna being the wrong side of their wall, trying to save the team. It's actually just going to end up stalling themselves out here. And finally takes down Murloc Ninja and Zed Flow. Semper Luvenis regrouping here. They've got a dragon, they've got a window, they're going to have a slam, they probably have a bomb, and they might have a beat by the end of this fight. And again, they baited the wall beautifully this time. They're not going to get walled off this time. They tried to get the E, but it wasn't there, unfortunately. And that is going to be Shion that goes down. Dragon straight in, but Akali's is the one that finds the most value. And Semper Luvenis, another fight lost for them. And Fire actually going to push all the way in here. They need to be careful here, Zed Flow and Kagami. Definitely the way this match is going, it is going to be very, very difficult. The headstrong game has to be strong here from Semper Luvenis. Of course, they will have a 10-minute break to sort of readjust themselves, get their confidence back. A nice pick there from Kagami through the shield, and a slam behind the bomb. They weren't able to get the combo off, but they were able to get the slam down. And that is going to be the picks they need, and that does mean Semper Luvenis, they are going to be able to take this point. I wrote them out too early. They fought back so strongly there. A nice combination to get control of this first point. They have a dragon though. That's all they're going to have for this next point. Let's see if they can make it count. I'm gonna try and get this dragon off, maybe? I don't know. No, they're gonna back out here. The slam comes down, and it's a huge slam. Lands with 3 and a charge coming in. Nixie just relentlessly charging in, taking them down, and Oa just trying to deal some damage to Nixie, but the healing too strong from Fire. Gagami, let's see. This slam ready to come down. Can they pull off the slam dragon combo that Fire did so well on their offense? Be waiting for it. Waiting for it here. Down comes the Blizzard though. From Fire, and then the dragon through the Blizzard. And that's going to connect with 3. It's another beautiful ultimate combination from Fire. Really well coordinated by them. They knew exactly what they were going to do, and then they pulled it off.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Ollie trying to get a bit of early damage in, trying to get that. A wall comes down, but they're not actually able to get into the room to actually punish or like capitalize on the wall. And then now the window comes down. That could be huge here as it forces Fire all the way back round. And Kagami and the rest of Semper Luvenis are going to get around. The slam comes down. The Fire Strike does find Akali, but the bomb finds 3. Aimu's bomb placed right in the back line. Kagami nowhere to be found in terms of being able to block it, and actually just has to charge, try and get back to spawn, but is actually going to struggle getting there as the wall comes up. Fire, what are you doing? You're being relentless here. No mercy whatsoever. No mercy because it's Lucio Bap. Hey, Shaboom. Semper Luvenis, they're trying something different. They're trying to make a different rotation. They're going to go around here. All this time, the cart is rolling backwards. Akali finds Sylvian. And they're going to have to back out. They can't push in without the Lucio. They've got to be able. They've got no ability to engage or disengage. They will not be able to take that rotation and still have a second fight should it not work out for them. They're putting a lot of faith into this rotation. And Sylvian actually taking a fair while to get back with the team. They've wasted 30 seconds here just regrouping from this rotation. Meanwhile, the cart is nearly back. It's nearly back where it started. In fact, it now is back where it started. But there you go. Finally, Semper Luvenis. They are going to come down. They are going to fall in behind. They are going to get down. Dragons coming in. Bombs coming in. Zed flows. Dragon finds 2. The slam comes down from Nixie, but it's too little, too late in terms of Fire here in this fight. Down comes the bomb. And it finds Zed Flow. Seeks through, and no one's going to be able to touch the cart.
Victory.
Unbelievable performance from Fire. Some beautiful combinations. And Akali was in the middle of all of them. This slam from Nixie finds through the wall. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. And obviously the amplification matrix is going to help out quite a lot in that. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have that 2-minute break. And we are going to be letting them have a time to talk with their coaches. Get a few messages out. Maybe calm the nerves. Semper Luvenis, I think they just need time to regroup and reset themselves before going into the 3rd map, which of course is an ESCO map. It is an escort map, and we will find out what the map is going to be before the 5-minute break. Just because it gives, you know, we don't want too much of an advantage for one team over the other. I mean, with an intermission, I think it's fair that if both teams should be aware of what the next map is going to be, with 5 minutes to prepare what they are going to do. And that map has been chosen, and it is going to be Dorado, everybody. Really excited for Dorado. Anyway, in the meantime, because I am casting solo here, I will quickly catch up on the chat. How's it going, everybody? Nice to see so many of you active in the chat. Absolutely huge. And I'm going to scroll right back up there because 11 minutes ago, nobody to nobody with another 5 gifted subs. That's absolutely insane. Nobody to nobody. One of the biggest fans of the community, and I can tell you that the community is a absolute massive fan of you too, with Nico getting a gifted sub, Liax getting a gifted sub, Paz Ivalm getting a gifted sub, Lat OW getting a gifted sub, and Wellard OW getting a gifted sub, and that brings our total sub total right now all the way up to 140. Unbelievable. Unbelievable the amount of love and support from the A51 community, and it's a community that I am absolutely unbelievably proud of. Not just being like, you know, Mr. Bossman, as some of you might say, but just being a part of such an amazing community is just so heartwarming. And all the love you guys give, and the more love you give, and the more love I want to give back, you know. And you know, tonight's stream, solo casting, brings me back to the good old days. Well, not good old days, but the olden days where I was solo cast pretty much every night, almost. We had some guest casters from time to time, but that was way before Proxy started producing, and took some of that weight off my shoulders. But even then, me and Proxy were both sort of producing like 2 or 3 times a week each. Oh, we've come a long way. We've come such a long way as an org. Our production still needs work. Still needs work. We've got a brand new scoreboard. Thank you to Tempo for joining our development team. Huge shout out to our development team. I've got a lot of development projects in the pipeline right now, and currently it's just myself and Tempo. Proxy's looking at joining the team as well, so if you want to get a chance to work with me, Proxy, and Tempo on the development of some of our projects we've got in the pipeline, and also obviously by joining the development team, you're going to know what those projects are before anybody else, because you're going to be a part of developing them. Alright, so you're going to find out news before anybody else, and you don't need any prior programming experience, because we are also looking for artists and designers, because our development projects, they don't want to just work. We want them to be beautiful. We want the experience to be amazing. You know, when we're using those features, much like our new scoreboard, has to be visually appealing, clean, crisp, but modern. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, if you're interested in doing some development, a lot of it is going to be JavaScript related. So if you've got prior experience in JavaScript, then absolutely jump on board. Just reach out to myself. Send me a good old DM in Discord, and we'll get you set up for the production, the first scrim. When we have like a meeting and we talk about what we're going to do each week. And if it's something you want to get into but haven't had any experience before, you can shadow one of our developers, probably me or Tempo at the moment. You get a bit of a shadowing with them, you'll be around with them, and basically following what they're doing, and sort of doing pair programming with them, and see sort of get the ropes. We also have training material available as well to be able to pick things up. Anyways, we should be getting towards the end of the 5 minute sort of break. I think it's 5 to 10 minutes. And you know, it'd be around when both teams are sort of feeling that they're ready. And I think Semper Luvenis, they've got the map choice. They have chosen Dorado. You can see they play King's Row. You can see they play Brawl, and that is pretty much all they have shown us so far. Doesn't necessarily mean that's all they play. That's just all they've shown us so far. And I'm quite excited to see what they can bring out on Dorado. Maybe something a little bit different from Brawl. But thinking about it, if I was to pick a payload map where I could play Brawl from start to finish, Dorado probably comes to mind as one of those where you potentially can do a little bit better than some others. Like I wouldn't play Havana, for example, just because of the openness of the first and the third point. It's very hard, no rotations at all. Dorado, even in the more open areas, there's a lot of rotations that Brawl comp can take to be able to be productive. So I just can't think of a payload map that would be better suited for Brawl than this. Looks like we are all ready to go. And here we go. Into Dorado. All players are in the lobby. We are all good to go. And best of luck to both teams. Hopefully, we could see a reverse sweep here from Semper Luvenis. It would be nice to see a few more maps. Obviously, Fire being an Arena 51 team. I do have a slight soft spot for Fire, I'm not going to lie. I try to cast as non-biasedly as possible while I'm casting. However, while we're waiting for the rounds, I will put my bit of love out there for Fire as a bit of a fan myself. But anyways, let's get into the game series and see what they're coming out with. And it's gonna be Brawl, as we expected from Semper Luvenis. They are gonna play the Torb Brawl though, with the Kree. Meanwhile, though, playing Dorado is very good for rush comp, and especially for the Pharah, especially going against a Brawl comp. But they have taken a Torb and a Kree, so not entirely sure how much value the Pharah is going to get. But it is going to be a very interesting experiment. But oh, they found the turret already. Turret's going to get taken down pretty rapid. And as soon as the turret goes down, there's just rockets raining down, raining supreme, and it will not be long before Akali has that barrage ready to go. And already with a kill. Beautiful played, and they're playing in this side room, and they're getting caught out here, and there goes Shion as well. Oh no, this is all coming apart here for Semper Luvenis. You can see what they were trying to do, and it would have worked beautifully had Fire not come out on this composition. The Pharah is just going to be super valuable against a Brawl composition.
Thanks for the assist.
You just get so much like splash damage value when they're all crumped up like that.
Damage amplified.
And again, they're going to come down here. Already getting to take that turret down. That turret's not going to deal any problems with the Pharah. And again, you can see that the Brawl here with the Dorado, they are trying. They've played this Brawl so much, they know where all the rotations are to try and avoid as many sidelines as possible. But down comes the barrage. And actually, unable to find a pick, and Kagami finds the Fire Strike there. But it's actually going to be the rest of Fire that find the picks. And that Carp continuously progressing to the end here. The turret finally gets taken down by the mercy of Butterfly, and the stall here is kind of good from Semper Luvenis, not gonna lie. And obviously with the Baby D.Va, if you just stay on the cart, if they stagger you, they're hindering their own cart progress as well. So it was a bit of a stagger on the D.Va, but I think Fire played that perfectly to stagger the D.Va without letting that cart stay still for too long and giving Semper Luvenis a chance to recontest. But here we go again, the Farah again in the air of Akali. So much value coming through from this. Has to be careful of that McCree, and you can see that here, playing very isolated away, but the bomb finds both the Farah and the Mercy out of the air, and without that, Semper Luvenis are going to be able to manage to get control of this point. In fact, Fire, without their pharmacy combination, they are going to invest into this fight still with a nano onto the Winston. And they're going to invest the D.Va bomb as well. The beat comes down. Beautiful beat by Sylvian there. And actually, that's going to be two ultimates that Fire have just sort of binned in this fight. In the bomb and the nano. Semper Luvenis have got a lot to look up to now. They managed to get a nice fight win here. Managed to get that turret back down. I mean, it didn't last very long. Peppering in damage into that fire, but again, Akali just knows these rotations. You can hide in a room all you like, but at some point you're going to have to come out, and out comes the High Noon, and it finds the Mercy, and that's really all you really need to try and get. Dead Flow somehow alive, antied and won, and it manages to get out, but Akali's Barrage finding two here, stabilizing a little bit for Fire, not Farah, but it's not going to be enough here, and Semper Luvenis actually, they're playing strong, And a nice stagger onto the D.Va. Both teams, a couple of nice staggers now. I'm going to just slow them up a little bit. And Semper Luvenis are down their support, so just have to wait their healing before they go back in. And they are going to play under this bridge. But this bridge, it's like a double-edged sword. It's not really enough cover from this Farah. And again, Akali is going to be able to charge up another barrage very, very fast. Just off the back of being free, and meanwhile the rest of Fire, they're going to rotate up to the high ground, get their Ana up to this high ground. Somniphobia is just going to be right up there with a lot of value. A big anti coming in from that high ground as well, and there you go, the primal from Nixie is going to absolutely make most of that anti, and a really good combination here from Fire, and a clean fight win from them. Semper Luvenis, that's some good. They've had some good points here. They have something to look up to. You know, I think they can hold. I think the third point is definitely where their composition is going to be at its strongest. However, another nice play. Is that a nice place bomb? It is a very nice place bomb. It's going to find the Ana of Somniphobia very, very nicely. Kagami brawling away with the Winston is going to win that one as well, and takes down Nixie. Butterfly with a res, but I don't think that's going to affect this fight too much. Somniphobia with, though, now back alive, is going to pump in a lot of healing, but there's no Winston to sort of get cart progress, and Fire do the right thing. They back off, and they wait for the Winston. They wait to regroup. Semper Luvenis, they're doing their regrouping thing. They're doing their rotation thing. Straight up onto high ground. Really well played, and Nixie's actually jumped right in. Have they got the follow-up? We'll follow it. There comes the High Noon, finds the barrage, and there comes the bomb. And they tank it. They tank the bomb. But it's the turret in the back corner that finds so much value. Oh, now they finally found a turret location where that turret is not getting taken down straight away. Finally gets taken down, and look at that Murloc Ninja with a hammer kill. Semper Luvenis. Now they're talking. They've got their game faces on. That's what they needed. They needed a break. Of course, the round isn't just over just yet. They know their rotations on this map, and there you go. They're playing in a very sensible way here, waiting to regroup inside the room, away from the Farah. But that's another big anti, but yet an even bigger immortality field. The slam comes down. Can they follow up? Can they get the kill onto Butterfly? Butterfly gets so low, but manages to escape death. by the skin of their teeth. Bomb comes down onto payload here and actually managing to displace a lot of Team Fire, but it is Team Fire that are getting the picks here, and the Doomfist from Isoluna is going to do so much value. Akali on the Pharah is being chased down by Oa, but it's not going to be enough, and down comes Butterfly onto Cart. The ball is there, the beat comes down, there comes the Primal again. The Doomfist Meteor Strike ×2, and that is going to be the end of this second point defense for Semper Luvenis. Kagami though is stalling out for as long as possible. I mean, it's not gonna matter, as the time will always be reset to 1 minute 30 seconds for this next point. And again, this point is where it's going to come alive. It's a little bit more brawly. You can play brawl a little bit more on this point. It's a little bit more enclosed. Still plenty of open spaces though for this rush comp to come alive. And actually, they switched the Pharah over to the Genji as well. It's very interesting. They're committing to this like full-out dive composition into a brawl. And I mean, if they play with their supports here, Semper Luvenis should be able to do well. But even then, they're just getting one by one just taken down. The bomb perfectly split Semper Luvenis up, so Fire could just go in and take them out one at a time. 42 seconds remain on the clock here. Semper Luvenis, they are grouping up. They're doing that thing where everyone shouts in gold, group up, group up. But here we go. They're finding their way around. They're finding their way onto Cart. They're contesting. Meteor Strike from Isoluna finds another pick. Beautiful kill onto Sylvian as well, and Isoluna just outplaying Semper Luvenis right now after switching over to this Doomfist comp, and they make the dive work. Of course, being an escort map, it doesn't matter if you finish with 4 seconds on the clock, 0 seconds on the clock, or a minute on the clock. You will still get a second go as long as you complete the map. So now if Semper Luvenis, if they can complete the map, that 4 seconds is going to be very, very, very different. Very, very minuscule difference between the two teams. You can see where the cart has to go. You can see for where it has come from. And here the teams come straight out of the spawn door. And it is going to be the rush comp here. But they're going to play the double bubble actually. And I love to see it. Semper Luvenis, they're mixing things up. They are playing something different. They are running the Echo. That's going to be huge against the Pharah. Be able to get in the air, deal with the pharmacy dead easily with that Echo pick there. Zedflow on the ground, meanwhile, going to be able to be harassing the Mercy, not the Mercy, sorry, the Ana in the backline, who has no Brig to support because there is a Mercy in the sky instead. Oh my goodness me. Have Semper done it? Have they found the perfect composition for them? Let's find out as Kagami leads their team onto the payload, onto the low ground. Jumping immediately up onto the high ground, and Butterfly gets very low and beamed down by Murloc Ninja. And that is a great start for Semper Luvenis. Meanwhile, they've had Nixie in the back line. Both bubbles have been used, and Nixie gets burned down. This Echo has already proved its value with 2 early picks. And this is a nice chase, very nice chase. The Mercy pick as well onto this Echo, helping this Echo. Beautiful combination between the two, and they need to try and take down this either the Mercy or the Pharah quite early on in this fight, because the Pharah is still able to get plenty of value, and it's actually in the back line here from Nixie. In the back line is going to get a lot of appeal from Semper Luvenis. They do lose the Echo, but they are still going to come in here as Kagami going straight in Zedflow already there, and Shion coming in at rapid pace to support the tanks. There's the nano onto Kagami, and a beautiful sleep there, going to completely shut that down, and Sylvian is going to find a Winston on top, and that's not going to be enough. But still, even without the Ana, they're finding value, they're finding picks, and they're going to get this cart to the end here. They just need to take down Somni and Nixie, and down they both go. Aimu's going to touch the cart, but that is going to be about it. They're not going to be able to do much more than that. And here we go again. And there is Murloc Ninja going in deep, trying to find the value. Nearly has that duplicate up. Pulse Bomb, Diva Bomb, and Primal all available here for the side of Semper Luvenis. They're going to have to deal with this Nano Primal. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there from Fire, as you don't particularly want to nano the Primal, but you want to nano the Winston and then Primal. And Nixie gets taken on the back line, and Shion going to be able to get that res on a Sylvian as well. Completely shut that down. Murloc Ninja, though, in a bit of trouble. But that bomb, this is going to be a huge placement. Finds the pharmacy combination. And that's going to allow Semper Luvenis to get this cart moving yet again. They need to keep the cart moving, though. And this is a beautiful map, but so far from Semper Luvenis. They need that cart moving. They have got the Ana on the car. And that is going to get this cart to very close to the end of the map. Fire are going to be able to contest this with one last fight before this point. But so far, Semper Luvenis, they've just had the better of Fire on this map, and this is what we want to see from them. Playing something different. Fire struggling against it as Zedflow again getting a nice kill onto Akali. Needs to be careful of that res though, as Butterfly with the res comes down, does get pulse bombed though, gets taken down. Nixie though, resurrected, is going to be able to stall on cart with Aimu. The two tanks there going to get a lot of stall value, especially with Somnophobia in the background with a lot of support. And Semper Luvenis, they need to work out what they want to do here. Is Zedflow unfortunately getting caught out by the bomb, and they're down a few here, Semper. And with the respawn advantage, they need to be careful. The bomb up into the sky, a little bit too high in the sky. Dumping ultimates in here. They've got the Valk going as well, going strong, and the Murloc gets taken down. The res comes, it tries to come down, but doesn't quite. Akali manages to find 2 picks with the barrage before getting taken down. They're still fighting this though, Semper. I think they're finally gonna concede. But blimmin' heck, what a fight that was as we move through to 2 minutes left on the clock. I have like 2 strong fights, maybe 3 for Semper Luvenis onto this point. They used a lot of ults in that last scrappy fight, but so did Fire. That's the big difference here, as they managed to force the ults up from Fire as well. And they're going to have Primal and a Pulse Bomb coming into this next fight. There's 70% to a duplicate. Meanwhile, Fire, the only ultimate they have even on radar at the moment is going to be that High Noon. So a lot of pressure on Luna's shoulders. Going to be a lot of zoning, and Owa's going to be there on Luna's face as soon as that High Noon is popped, and down goes Kagami. In fact, as Luna gets taken down early, and without the free, they're going to have 0 ults going into this fight. And now, Semper Luvenis, they're going to get this cart moving, but maybe they don't need the ults here as Murloc Ninja gets demexed. And the Pulse Bomb from Zedflow does find 1. Butterfly with a boop kill onto Owa. Not off the map though, just the boop. And we find a nice hold here by Fire. They had the perfect opening pick there, Semper Luvenis. They're just unable to seal it off. Meanwhile, they're going to have Primal. They're going to have Nano. They might engage with the Primal, then Nano, to be able to charge up another Primal pretty fast. But they've also got the bomb that could probably charge up. Meanwhile, though, we're talking ults here for Fire. They're stacked. They didn't have them for the last fight. They managed to win last fight without using any apart from the bomb. And now they're going to be able to go in. And they actually nano the Echo here. The nano Echo is proving a strong pick. Able to get down onto the cart. They get a pick. Kagami goes down to the Farah though. And that leaves only Oa to be able to touch the cart here. As Murloc Ninja is going to get taken down. Bomb the barrage. The nano barrage. Very well played there. And now the high noon as well. And the Mercy got nowhere to hide when you're that high in the sky. Kagami is going to be able to come in. Is he going to get that primal off? Can the juggle come down? Owa comes in with the bomb, but just not quite placed in the right place there. The remech doesn't manage to find anyone, but does manage to safely get back into the mech. And now it's going to have a Diva Bomb to deal with. But there comes the Diva Bomb. The remech comes in on. And that is going to seal the deal and the map. And the game to Fire in a 3-0 sweep versus Semper Luvenis. And I have to say, the Doom play from Luna was just French kiss. Literally turned this fight completely on its head. Completely on its head. Really, really well played by Fire. And of course, we invite both teams to send forth a willing volunteer to come and join us, or well, me, in a post-match interview. We'd love to hear from you in the conversation. Of course, there'll be a few moments on stream before you respond to that. But in the meantime, before we do that, let's just take a moment to congratulate Fire in their 3-0 victory over Semper Luvenis. And how well they played as a team today. The team coordination was just incredible. Semper Luvenis. Oh, there we go. Going to seek to Jess from Fire, who is the coach. And of course, I will. In fact, actually, already been demuted. Perfect. And yeah, so for anyone who was willing to join me for a post-match interview, jump into the stream waiting room. And I'll remember to change my Discord settings so that we can actually hear the interview. Is it line 3 or line 2? I can never remember which one it is. Line 1. Cool. Welcome, Jess. Thank you for joining me.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously we got pushed a bit more today, but still very happy with the film.
You're just showing how strong Fire is as a team.
Yeah.
I said it would be close, having played against yourselves and Semper Luvenis, and it wasn't. You know, you played better as a team. I feel you had more options as a team. Semper Luvenis, when they did come out on a different composition on Dorado, it did stump Fire a little bit there, but you were able to adapt to it by the end of the second point and get the dub.
Yeah, no, a lot of different adaptations were made on that point. It's a very chaotic map in general, but we're going to go away. We're going to look at it more. And we're going to make sure we're all crisp and clean on it as well. So we're very good with adaptation, but at the same time, we want to work on the fundamentals, make sure we're all fine and dandy.
I'm terrified because that means Semper Luvenis is now in the losers bracket, and that means we're going to be happy to play against them if of course we win our future games. But it's not going to be for a while. In fairness, we first have to beat Palpunto, which is going to be a big ask for Emerald Pack, and then we're going to have to beat our good friends Plat Pack after that. So It'll be very interesting if we get a Emerald Pack versus Plat Pack game. I'm very excited for that. But anyway, just while you're here, I'll update the score, the bracket, so we can have a look at how things are looking. Fire with the 3-0, and again, actually, the first and second seed knocked out in the winners' quarterfinals. Both Plat Pack and Semper Luvenis taken down into losers. But that should populate the bracket, and we will see what the 3 games next week are going to be. And it is going to be Combat Wombats taking on Fire. That's a game I've been excited for as well. 2 on-form A5-1 teams in the winners' semi-finals.
Yeah, no, sorry, go on.
Sorry, you go.
You alluded to it last week, and we weren't really particularly aware of them, but we've had a quick look, and we are excited for it too. They do look very, very strong.
Well, they 3-0'd Plat Pack here, number 1 seed, of course. I mean, to be fair to Plat Pack, seeding was done based on SR, and Plat Pack played with 4 subs, in fairness. But, well, 2 tryouts and 2 subs, I think it was, or something. But Plat Pack, the oldest named team in the org. Obviously, the players in the team are not the same players that were there when we started out. But, a lot of history with Plat Pack. But Combat Wombats, unbelievable team. Really good coaching team as well. A lot of the couch potatoes actually coaching down in the Combat Wombats. And Nico, obviously, who was adminning the game today, is the captain for Combat Wombats. So you'll have had a close eye on this game, I'm sure.
And we've been doing the same for them. As I said, I've looked over the old games, and we think we found some weaknesses, but we'll see.
I mean, that is the advantage of having all these available VODs on Twitch for you to go and look through, of course, and all these wonderful games, and streaming all the games. We're not giving away any advantages to anyone. Everyone's games are shown. Even the teams that aren't A5-1 teams are getting some games casted, and all of these VODs are therefore available. Yeah, next week, of course, obviously, Semper Luvenis, they drop down into the losers bracket. They're going to be playing against Team Aesir, again, who lost to Combat Wombats, but 3-1. So far, the only game that wasn't 3-0 in the competition. But I believe in them. I believe that Semper Luvenis Team Aesir is going to be a good match. It's a tournament. We had 7 teams to start with. 4 of those teams were Arena 51 gaming teams, and 3 guest teams. Of course, this was open to all teams, and Palpunto is great to have them back from Arena, coming in and playing. And I'm really excited to be playing against them at some point next. In fact, I lie. I'm playing Emerald Pack. Emerald Pack are playing tomorrow against Palpunto, and then the winner of that game will be playing Plat Pack next week. And of course, the other ones are Semper Luvenis and Team Aesir. So, very exciting times. And Arena, we didn't have any Arena 51 teams in the final this season because Fire beat Semper Luvenis. That guarantees at least one Arena 51 gaming team in the grand finals.
We have confidence we're going to make it. I'm very much looking forward to our next matches.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be great. So, player of the match for you. Who was your standout performer from Semper Luvenis?
Oh, Semper Luvenis. I was primarily looking at Fire, but I'd also like to say their Rhine player, I believe Kagami, was very, very explosive. Hit a lot of very big slams.
Actually, yeah, I have to say their Rhine, unbelievable. Leading their team, knew all of the rotations as well. Like to play Brawl on maps where you wouldn't normally play Brawl in the current meta, but they stuck with their guns. They liked what they played, and they knew every single rotation and tried every single one. But
the ones on Dorado were very clean as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was thinking when I was casting, is like, if I was a team and I was gonna be playing a payload map and I wanted to play Brawl, what would I play? And I thought about it for ages, and There's not a single one that I'd really want to play Brawl all the way through, but Dorado would probably be the closest one, just because it's the only one that has true rotations on every point that you could take.
Yeah, the bunkering style and it's like, extremely strong. We've seen it all the way up to the out level.
Yeah, exactly. And when they came out with something different, it was a nice change. No Parts, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Last time we had Jess for an interview, we were here all night. I'm glad we had a proper interview with this time, Jess, without all the interruptions of last time.
The last time was very fun.
It was fun, but for a completely different reason, of course. And yeah, I'm really excited. We've got 40 viewers here, so clearly you've got 40 other people in the chat that are also very, very excited for the closing stages now. We sort of get into the middle of the Plat division as we get through December at a rapid rate, approaching the winners finals. In fact, winners finals is next week. Okay. And then we've got losers semi-finals next week, and then the week after we'll have losers final, losers semi. So we've got losers quarters, and then we've got losers semis, losers final week after, and then grand final whenever we can schedule it in. But Fire or Combat Wombats will be there as winners. Any fighting talk, any messages you want to send Combat Wombats' way?
As I said, Fire's made some very good showings. We've got a lot more in our sleeve that we haven't shown yet. We've got very strong adaptation. I think we're very hard to beat. I've got a lot of confidence.
A lot of confidence. Are you gonna dye your hair a funny colour if they lose? Then
I've already. Sorry to say, I've already done that.
Ah. You've already put your hair on the line for this tournament for Fire, have you?
I mean, no. I mean, I've dyed my hair every colour under the rainbow. It wouldn't be anything special for me.
Oh.
What I've done in the past with teams I've worked with is I promise montages and that sort of thing. So we'll see if that comes online.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We'd like to see that. We'd like to see that indeed. Very much so.
Got a lot to go back over though. I haven't thought about it till now. It might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to be speaking to Orsio about a mid-season montage after Wednesday's game as well. So hopefully we can get some montages up like we had for the first season. I think instead of doing one a week, I think we're doing one mid and one end of season montage. And building up hype for the Diamond tournament, because no matter what happens with Ram Arena Plat division, the Diamond division will be going ahead after Christmas. We're hoping to get around 16 teams into that one, and we actually will be inviting the winners of the Plat division as a guest team to play in the Diamond division. And I think it'll be really interesting to see how the winners of the Plat perform in a Diamond level tournament. Of course, you can join that tournament. Lower than Diamond, it's just strongly recommended that you play when you're around the Diamond SR.
No, if I do make it that far, it will definitely be a challenge for us. But we'll see if we're up for it.
Absolutely, I think it'll be a great learning experience. And I think you'll be surprised. I think you'll be able to, you'll be going into that tournament like the Emerald Pack is going into the Plat tournament, right? We're going in as like the underdogs. If we get a win, great. If not, we had fun.
Yeah, definitely make some great stories.
Absolutely, and some good VODs to look over as well.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on for a post-match interview. It's so nice to have someone to talk to at the end of a long cast.
Yeah, no. Thank you for having me. Very much enjoyed today's game.
Very much enjoyed. All right, see you soon.
Yeah, bye.
Perfecto. Right. Thank you all so much for watching. Means a lot. Means a lot for all of your support, especially for those of you. Nobody to nobody and no parts with those gifted subs really makes a massive difference to all of us here at the Arena 51 gaming community. Yeah, we hope to be able to put that back in at some point. So do stick around. We do have some big announcements coming up soon. Obviously, Diamond Division of Ram Arena, the official dates will be released after Christmas in January. So keep tabs on that. And we also have some other announcements coming very soon as well. More towards the Minecraft side of the org, which is slowly growing as we slowly grow our Minecraft experience and outreach. Anyway, that's going to be all from me, unless there's any burning questions in chat. Obviously, 3-minute delay, so you'll have had to have guessed I asked that 3 minutes ago. But unless there's any burning questions, any shout outs anyone wants or anything in chat, that's going to be the end for me. And just while I wait for you to put those messages in, a quick reminder from our wonderful sponsor for the Arena tournament. We all know it. SpaghettiOs. Oh, start your scrim off right. What a way to start scrim. SpaghettiOs. I just realised I removed the video from my OBS, so it's not at like quick glance, quick reach, press the button sort of thing. Anyways, I'll tell you what I can do. I can show you the bracket so you can see what's going on. There we go. Voila. Yeah. First loser bracket game starts tomorrow. And that'll determine who plays Plat Pack next week. Be exciting. Excited to see how things go. Cold September. Please pick King's Row again if you play us in that map. I don't think Fire picked that one. GG's. Stare. Scoop with the stare. Oh! I need to do this, don't I? There we go. Voila. I'm a big fan of this playlist. I don't know what it is, but like, just jamming along, you know. Someone made a lot of points, I think. Nobody to nobody with 9,772. Big. I'm pretty sure that's been about 3 minutes now. No questions in chat. So thank you all so much for coming on and watching. It's been great having you all here. And we'll see you all very soon for the next one.